Hey everyone, welcome back to the JayTech channel, and in today's video we're going to take a deeper dive and uncover the top new features and improvements in iPadOS 17 that you should absolutely know. We're also going to be exploring the game-changing updates and enhancements that will revolutionize your iPad experience. So buckle up and get ready to discover how iPadOS 17 can transform the way you use your iPad. And as always, comment down below, subscribe, and like. Let's get straight in with it. Let's start off first with the lock screen. You can now personalize your lock screen using widgets, allowing you to put your important type of things on the side. I think it works on the left-hand side at the moment, not on the right-hand side, but it's all customizable. Talking about the lock screen, we've also got some new wallpapers. Apple called these jaw-breaking wallpapers, and I technically will say they are as well. These wallpapers are similar to the MacBook ones that you'll be able to, before you unlock your device, you're able to get a little slow-mo action, and then when you unlock your device, it will move into a steady transition, making it a static wallpaper. Now, to use this, you could use the preloaded ones on there. They're not like the MacBook ones, so having loads of detail, let's say for example a city or something, it's not like that. On the iPad, you have two options. You could take their ones that they have of like the planet and stuff like that, or you could use the second option, which is to use your live photos as a live wallpaper. This was a thing already, but they made it, instead of you holding it down, it does it for you. You can now stay up to date with anything really. This is including your food on its way, or an Uber coming to collect you, or something like that. This will all be done through a new thing called Live Activities, which we've looked at in iOS 17, link in the description or link in one of the cards. This is similar to what you saw on the iPhone, but it brings it to the iPad in a more bigger screen and bigger form. Now let's talk about messages. Messages, you could catch up and swipe to reply, allowing you to jump to where you left off on the message. And this feature has already been out. To be honest, I think it's pretty good. You could also find your messages way more easier. A specific type of message you're trying to look for, you'll be able to find it way more easier using filters. You could also share your location to a friend or ask them to send you it, or you could request for it. Finally, you could read voice memos. This allows you to read them and then listen to them later on. And I think personally, this is what sets the new evolution for iPadOS and iOS as well, because iOS gets this feature. I think this sets it completely different. Now let's quickly just talk about two new features that's coming to FaceTime. You can leave a message by recording a video or audio message when someone misses your phone call. And I'm going to tell you this happens every single time someone calls you. I'm sure it happened to you once in your life. Just tell the camera that this has happened to you. We all know it has. You could also react with your hands using 3D augmented reality, like giving a thumbs up, a heart, fireworks, or practically anything. Now let's head on to the biggest change in iPadOS 17. And I think this is what makes iOS 17 the iPadOS 17. This is bringing the Health app to the iPad. Now, I said this in the previous video talking about watchOS 10. This allows you to be able to see everything like what the iPhone does on the iPad. This is an iPhone version. This is the iPhone Health app, literally transported, optimized, and resized. It allows you to technically look at everything on a bigger dimension, bigger screen. Now this gets the same features as the iPhone, with allowing you to set medication reminders, track everything else like your data, your diagnostics and stuff like that. You get to log your health data and everything. This is the same app as the iPhone, just in a bigger display. Now, whilst we're on the topic of the Health app, there is two things that we can now see on the iPad as well. The first feature is the new Mental Health feature that comes to iPad. Now, we have seen this on the iPhone already, as I spoke to you in a previous video again, and we've seen this on another previous video, which is the Apple Watch as well. Now, if you didn't watch any of them, what this allows you to do is it allows you to reflect back on a state of mind, allowing you to log your mood of what happened throughout the day. Usually what they do is they'll take it in the morning, afternoon, and I believe evening, and then an overall checkup. What this will allow you to do is it will allow you to get notification reminders telling you to take the assessment, to take a little quiz. After taking that little quiz, it is like literally around about 3 questions long. It will just log it for you, and you could always look back on it. Now, one of the things I didn't get to talk about in the iPhone video or the iOS video is this also allows you to do an assessment. Now, in the UK, is using the NHS part of the assessment. This depends on whatever state, area, or location or country that you're in. Now, what this assessment is, it is I don't know how long it is because I haven't really taken it, but it's like a assessment that will ask you different questions about how you felt throughout the last couple of days, how you felt overall, and generally just asking you a load of questions about mood, anxiety, and things like that, trying to develop back yourself. This is what it's for. This is what this assessment's for. This assessment is to develop yourself back up to that normal self. So you're taking yourself from down here and bringing yourself all the way up. Or I should actually do it that way because the video format is different, isn't it? Anyway, let's move on to the last feature on the Health app. And this is the Vision Health coming to iPad. Now, this again has come from iOS, which you should know is pretty basic now. And this will allow you to maintain a good viewing habit to protect your vision so then you don't get any short of sightness or anything else. Now, the way that this works, before we head on to another feature, the way that this works is by allowing you, it will use like depth sensors and stuff like that, and it will censor how far you are from your screen, and it will be able to tell you, look, you need to move further back because you're too close to the screen. This works after I think around about half an hour looking at the screen too close, maybe even less than that, maybe like 15 minutes, but depending on how it is. Now let's talk about freeform. There are new drawing tools. These include a new watercolor brush, a new calligraphy pen, a highlighter, and a ruler. Now, in this app, you could also collaborate by using the collaboration function, and this will be able to see what other people are doing practically in real time. Now let's talk about Stage Manager. There is way more layouts allowing you to be more flexible, moving and resizing windows, so you could set up your own personal taste of what you would like. Now, the way that this works is allowing you to do something like the Stage Manager in macOS, just macOS is usually fixed. Now, in iPadOS, you can now move things about and resize everything to make them smaller or bigger and put them anywhere you wish. This is kind of like making the iPad a next alternative and cheaper option than the MacBook. You can now use an external camera for FaceTime calls and conferences. This allows you to connect another display that has a camera on the top and allow you to use it as an external camera. Now let's move on to the final big feature, and this is Spotlight. Now in Spotlight, you could now use app shortcuts and it will hit the top of the list. So what does this mean? This means that when you search for an app in the Spotlight, it will intelligently offer you a app shortcut to your next action. So let's say, for example, open up Photos, for example, but you want it to open up to a specific date. This will be able to do it. Right, let's move on to just a few of the other features. Starting off with on the iPad is getting like what everyone has got as well. This means instead of saying what I just said, it allows you to say that. Let's talk about AirPlay. AirPlay, we're supposed to be getting something in hotels that is coming later on during this year and allow you to scan a QR code, allowing you to securely share videos, photos, and music. And we got some privacy and security features. If you'd like to know the rest of them, then you could click on, I think it is the macOS one that tells you all about the rest of the privacy features. One of the big privacy features that has been tested by multiple people and is the new censor feature. This feature will allow you to block certain content and it will censor them. To be able to access that content, you're going to have to at least go through 2 to 3 saying yes, you want to see the content. Now, this does not just only work on AirDrop. This also works when someone sends it to you inside of a message or said AirDrop, but also some other new features, some other new places as well. I believe this will also work in third-party applications. Now, those are the features that you guys need to know for iPadOS 17. So to use iPadOS 17, you're going to need an iPad Pro 2nd generation or later, an iPad Air 3rd generation or later, an iPad 6th gen or later, or an iPad mini 5th gen or later. Now, I'll post a video talking to you and explaining to you and showing you a step-by-step instruction of how to install the beta update. Now, I won't be doing this with the developers update, but also in that video, as a little teaser, you'll be able to see how to download developers updates. I just don't think it is a good idea at the moment to download them unless you have a second device. That's all I'm going to say. And this is because things could be very buggy, especially on the developers update. Now, if you'd like to know what developers update is out right now, at the latest of when I'm posting this video or when I'm creating this video, it is the iPadOS 17 Beta 3. Until then, please like, subscribe, comment down below, and also put that notification bell so you never miss the latest upload. And also, in them uploads will be reviews, deep dives, and unboxings soon. But for now, it's been your boy, Jay, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye!